Hi friends, welcome to TRENDRIDER channel supported by Horinga time. Today we are going to do the technical analysis for Metalist Forgings. That is the stock name, and MetalForge is the ticker name of the stock. Right now you are watching the monthly technical chart of MetalForge, and here you can see the price trend history of the chart along with a few technical indicator graphs like RSI, MACD, momentum, ADX, money flow, etc. Besides, I'm also using a super trend and Darvas, zigzag, moving average, 20 and 50 indicators, technical indicators to do the analysis for this particular stock. Okay, if you look at the price trend history of the stock, I have data here since 2004 onwards up to 2017 November 4th. Uh, Here, actually, the stock has this kind of trend, like it goes up to a certain extent, and it goes sideways, and again it goes down, and goes down means actually it hit its bottom. That's what I'm saying. So it reaches the point where it has started. That means if it has started at 34 rupees 71 paise, again it reaches that 34 rupees 34 actually it went below that, actually, it crosses it crossed that 34.71, the bottom price, and again it went below that price. It went up to 20 rupees, okay, and again it went up more sideways, again it reached down. I mean it hit its bottom, and again it went up, and this time there is no sideway, and it reached its bottom again. So the point is like spike the stock. This is a price path pattern of the stock. Okay, this is very important in our actually when we are considering a long-term investment. We need to look at all these points, actually, how what is the pattern that the particular stock is following. And here we are seeing a different path pattern here. Actually, so far in other stocks, I didn't come across this kind of thing, because reaching after reaching a spike, again reaching the bottom, again crossing the bottom price, the previous bottom price of the stock, is something unique here. Okay, and that is what is happening consistently here. Actually, here also it happened. Here also, the attempt has been made, and nearly it reached its bottom. And again, here also it crossed its bottom, previous bottom, and again here also it crossed it. That means the recent, in the recent times, the stock has crossed its the previous bottom, and that time it was trading at 23 rupees. Okay, and today it is trading at 36 rupees 40 paise. So this is a trend, price trend path of the stock. Why it is happening, that we don't know, but the point is this is the path that the stock has been following, and so we need to keep this in mind when it comes to the stock movement. Okay, so what will be the when we are making the prediction of the price path pattern of the stock for the future in the next coming few months, then this kind of price path pattern is what we have to keep in consideration, along with the recommendations of the technical indicator graphs. Okay, so based on all these points, we need to make a conclusion. So we will come to that later. I mean, the technical indicator graph analysis and all. So right now we are discussing about the price path pattern of this particular stock, MetalForge. Okay. Okay, at here, and there is one strong point that we need to consider here. Right now, the stock is under the influence of negative super trend mode, and it is below its 20-day and 50-day moving averages, which is a bad sign that when it comes to a particular stock. Though there, see, you need to understand one more thing. Here, we are considering a particular stock from a long-term perspective. That means, next coming few months and years. Okay. Now, there might be a few spikes, price spikes. Today the stock may go down a few rupees, and again tomorrow the stock may go up by a few rupees. You cannot say that just because we conclude that this particular stock is not good for long term investment. We cannot You cannot say and tomorrow one price spike happen, and in a positive way. So you cannot say that how it is happening, how come it has happened, because the conclusion is the stock is not good for long term investment, and today but the next day the stock has spiked up, means uh, I mean, we cannot take such kind of a small spikes into consideration. Actually, we are looking at a big picture and then we are taking a decision. When if you are saying that this particular stock is not good for long term investment, that means though a small spikes here and there forms, I mean occurs also, we have to, I mean those spikes are not consistent. That's what we are trying to say. The price rises that are happening here and there are not consistent, and that's what that is the prediction actually. That is a prediction. So whatever price spikes are happening in the near, I mean here and there, that we are considering, but at the same time we are judging that this particular spike is not going to extend for the next few months or, so, or years. So it is like, just for a particular day the spike happened and next day the price went down. So this kind of things are happening, but overall the stock is going in a negative mode. That's what we are trying to say. So keep these things in mind when you are analyzing a particular stock for long-term investment. Okay, so these are all the negative super trend mode, and playing below 20 day moving average is a negative point of this particular stock. And now we will do the analysis for the, I mean, technical indicator graph analysis. Look at the RSI. RSI, if you look at the RSI, the graph is touching the bottom, and though it is making a I mean, though the tip of the graph is moving in the upward direction, trying to move in the upward direction, but still, unless it cross the midpoint, we cannot say that that this movement is significant. We cannot consider that the movement of this particular RSI is significant. So that is again considered as negative only. Now look at the MACD. MACD, both lines are lying below the baseline, and though the signal line is on top of the red line, both lines are intertwined without any gap between them. And look at the histogram bars. Actually, the bars are very minuscule size, and all the most of the bars are populating on below the baseline. Okay, and they are on the most of them are red. And look at the momentum. Actually, it is sleeping below the baseline and is making a parallel line to the baseline. And look at the ADX. The direction strength of the stock is going down clearly here. And look at the money flow. Money flow had hit the bottom. So all these indicators are guiding points of the technical indicators are telling us that this particular stock is not good for long-term investment at this moment. Okay, so this is the big picture of this particular stock. Considering the big picture of the stock, we have concluded that this particular stock is not good for long-term investment at this moment. So we will come back to the stock later, and then we will see if any positive changes may, I mean, happen. If at all they happen, then we will reconsider the stock for long-term investment that time. Okay, until then, this stock is not good for long-term investment. That is the conclusion of this analysis. Okay guys, if you like this analysis, please like this video and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.